What's good, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony, aka the Center of the Chaos and Controversy, and today, what can we discuss today? Well, I could tell you this much: it won't be anything trending. Why? Because I joined Ricky Manor's live last night, and that brother right there, I much respect, much love go out to him, cause um, when you talk about trying to build a community and support one another, he is a good and prime example of that. Okay, he has had his platform, I think, before I had decided to even entertain doing anything in regards to having a platform, promoting my channel, or having things to discuss. You know, but I supported him, and he has in return, along with his followers, have supported me, and I'm very thankful for that. But there's something that he has said that resonated with me, and it had to touch base upon when we have our platforms that you guys take the time out to entertain, so to speak. Um, there's certain things that grabs people's attention to where they are fully, how should I say, um, engrossed with being attentive towards, in regards to, like, if it's, when I say trending, I mean things that lean towards the side of gossiping, or drama, so to speak. But as Ricky Manor stated out, and as I have pointed out before, if you're talking about something to bring people together, or if you talk about something that's worthwhile of speaking on, people don't want to take the time out to listen, because it's not worth their time, so to speak, to even entertain giving you the time of day to listen to a rational thought. They rather be indulged with chaos and controversy. You see what I did there? Yeah. And it's sad because some of these discussions that need to be had falls by the wayside to where it's not even touched upon. So how can we resolve anything if we're unable to speak about these things that are left not discussed? And on top of that, the thing that got me, and this is where I say you gotta give credit where credit is due. If anybody that has a platform, say if I'm looking at a Ricky Man, or if I'm looking at a Amazing Lucas, or if I'm looking at Dante Keeping It Real, or Escaping the Echo Chamber, or if I'm looking at the Debate Me channel, and they're talking about something that I think is a subject that needs to be discussed, and say I want to add my 2 cents in on the matter or something like that, I'm gonna say, hey, I was watching this person, let me elaborate. Or I'll give a link to the description in the comment section saying, hey, you know what? This is where I got my points of reference from. Check them out. I give credit where credit is due. The problem that I have, and I agree with Ricky wholeheartedly on this, is that how you, with an already established platform, gonna come behind somebody with a smaller platform, take their talking points and run with it to give yourself some content, because your well is running dry. And then the people that deserve the credit don't get the credit that they deserve. You already know I'm gonna be bogus with this and say that sounds a lot like that drama that went on over there on TikTok with the black content creators that went on strike. due to the fact that their dance moves were being stolen and performed by other, how should I say, influencers, to where they were getting the credit that the people who originated these styles of dance weren't getting. Similar. And yeah, they called it the Black TikTok strike, but the comparison is almost, you know. But with that being said, give credit where credit is due. You know, respect people in that aspect. Another thing, when it comes to like YouTube and YouTube censorship and the favoritism and stuff like that, and this goes hand in hand. This is where I'm getting to the premise of this whole video. I watched Dante Keeping It Real, his video, how they having the guidelines, the YouTube guidelines, and they're really going to the utmost extreme of exaggeration, utilizing this whole COVID misinformation guidelines thing to just want to just throw any and everything on there to say what you cannot say. And Dante did a video, and that brother, like, I've seen quite a few of his videos. I haven't seen a lot of them, or many, but I've seen enough. But to give credit, in my opinion, that last video, and I'm gonna put the link in the description, because you're gonna sit there and say that I'm lying. Should I say link in the comment section? They're saying that prayer is misinformation. That's the title of his his video. And he brings up the guidelines, the YouTube whatever, and there it is, black and white. You can't utilize prayer to suggest that it's a form of healing. When I say Dante went ham, the brother brought receipts. He brought receipts to the customer service department to say, hey, I want to make a return on this bullshit because this is exactly what it is. It's some bullshit. And I know he ain't too fond of me cursing, but for this, it's fitting. Yes, I don't know what your return policy is on some bullshit, but I'm here to bring the receipts to say, no, I don't want it. No. They always said, if I'm not mistaken, separate the church from government or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yet, they still want to penalize you for even practicing. Well, I don't care too much for religion, but if you even try to insert God into certain situations. But for everything else, it's like, keep us in our prayers. I pray. This, that, and everything else. I don't know. But what I really wanted to do a video on, and damn, I hit the 9/11 mark. But what I really wanted to do a video on was talking about the situation in Afghanistan. And what I really wanted to say was that a lot of us with sound mind, rational thought, a sense of reasoning, could see through the layers of nonsense and BS and call it out for what it's worth. Now, I know I do a lot of videos that touch upon sensitive subject matters, like when it comes to like law enforcement, police brutality, racism, the division, government, and all of that stuff, you know. because I think it's vital to come to the conclusion of making the point of all the things that is put before us to pit us against each other. And I said it, if anybody, decides to entertain any of my videos and just binge watch them, you'll see that the point that I'm about to state is this. We all have our cultural differences, okay? But it's what makes us unique in some sort of fashion. And because of those differences, we can learn, or at least that's the goal, to learn about our differences so that we can, in some sense, learn to respect one another, okay? It isn't to place blame, shame, cast judgment, criticize, put people down, or none of that. Because if we truly believe that we are Americans, that we are all one, we need to start acting like it. Because as I stated before, you got people looking at America under a microscope. They are looking at us as being a joke. And when we become our own worst enemy to where we're fighting each other over trivial nonsense, and you got these people like the Taliban, China, Russia, whoever else, were entertaining the thought of coming to have war on the U.S., they're not going to have to put forth much effort if we are already at war with one another. I tried to reiterate that. I emphasized it. I pointed it out. I used many examples of why a lot of this nonsense that we entertain when it comes to us fighting amongst ourselves has to stop. Because when the real threat comes and touch foot upon American soil, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because it's funny, Ricky Manor had talked, what is her name? He had a host on not too long, twice as a matter of fact, when they were talking about 9/11, because September is just right around the corner, right? And all the circumstances surrounding that particular day, okay? And a lot of it, people want to chalk up to conspiracy theory, but there are a lot of valid questions that have been asked, a lot of concerns, a lot of skepticism surrounding the real reason behind 9/11, okay? But it's not for me to sit here and debate about to people who might watch this video and want to chime in and throw their little rebuttals in, because the point that I'm actually trying to make is that because of that situation, no matter how many might look at it for what it's worth, for that brief moment in time, that very brief moment in time, we was unified as a nation, as a country, okay? We put all our petty differences aside. There was no separation of political parties being at each other's throat. There was no issues amongst people who were black, white, Hispanic, Indian, Asian, or whatever. No, we were all Americans. But then that unity, that unification slowly died out. And we jumped back on the petty express. I say that we have the potential to do and be better. I posted a video from TikTok showing a black man going into Arby's, ordering food, And you saw before he went into Arby's that it was storming. Okay. And he purchases a meal, get two drinks, goes back out, sees this homeless man, right? Tells him to come over. He hands the man the bag full of food and hands him the tray with the 2 drinks. Asks him his name. Gives him his name. I think his name is Phil or whatever. And he says, you know, I love you, man. He said, that's my brother. It was a humbling moment. It wasn't an issue about race. It was an issue about putting your finger and being touched. And being the example and showing what humanity looks like. Because we don't see enough of that. I mean, you got families that are going their separate ways. Most of which it started off with political differences. Now you got, you know, this thing with the whole COVID nonsense and stuff, and the whole the mandates and all of this other stuff that's driving a wedge between, you know, people and stuff. And it's just we have to get back to the togetherness and stop entertaining what separates and divides us. Because when they say, and it's a fact, people remain in power when they can control the masses. When you can throw in variables into the equation to cause the great divide. When you have people warring amongst themselves, you can control. You can seize control. People who put these things in motions know what they're doing. They've seen it work time and time and time and time again. It's up to us to take a step back. And for those that claim to be woke, need to actually wake the fuck up and see what's going on. Because by the time you decide to come to your senses and realize and see what's going on, by that time, it's going to be just a little too late by then. Anyway, that's all I got for the moment. That's what I wanted to share with you. That's what I wanted to get off my chest. I have to give the side note to Ricky Manor. Brother, I did not abandon the live stream. The damn animals got a hold of the Wi-Fi cord and knocked it out the box. So I had to go, you know, reconnect the internet. But by then you was wrapping up the live stream, and I just like let it go. But it was I appreciate you having me on your live, and we need to actually sit down and have a discussion about particular topics that really need to hit home. And I'm looking forward to like participating in that if you'll have me on again. But that's all I got for now. And also, I just want to give a shout out for the smaller platforms that Ricky Manor has pointed out that I do take note of, aside from the ones that have already made a name for themselves. Check out Dante Keeping It Real, Ricky Manor, the Debate Me channel, Escaping the Echo Chamber, and a few others Ricky Manor has under his belt. But and then of course, you know, there's the ones that's already established, but I'm not going to give them credibility because they speak for themselves. But for the ones that are just trying to build, yeah. But anyway, until next time, until next video, please like, share, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Please leave a comment in the comment section. I'll see what I can do to respond as best as I can, because I'm entertaining two platforms now, but I might just devote more time back onto the YouTube arena. But yeah, but good talk, and you know what I'm hit you with. Peace.